Hello there, listeners. Here is Maya speaking from my humble little home in Klil, north and western Israel. Today is July 7. Today I want to talk about a subject that is very new and very, very important. I think the Israeli mainstream media do not give it enough attention at all. And maybe because it's make people uncomfortable in a way. But I think it's a very, very important new movement that is happening here in the Middle East, in Israel, in Palestine, whatever. Um, and that's the initiation of the Sheikh. Sheikh is like a traditional community leader in the Arab culture. So the Hebron area in the West Bank, Sheikh, like a group of community leaders from this area of Hebron Mountain, um, gave Israel an offer. They said, "We want to disconnect from the Palestinian Authority, be independent, and create like a amirut. How can I translate amirut? Like an independent political zone gets like a state, I guess, or like a tiny little mini state, and live in peace. And they say we are willing to acknowledge Israel as a Jewish state, and we want nothing to do with Fatah or Hamas, which are the two big leader movement of the Palestinians in our days. And they want to have to create like good economy abundance together. They want Israel to employ them because as I said before, the Israeli government used the Palestinians as cheap labor workers. Labor workers, does that make sense? As a cheap labor force. Um, and they say, we want you to employ us. It's like it's kind of like they're saying, we want to be your slave. Please just give us this tiny little place that we're living in, and we will live together in peace, and we will work for you for very cheap. um, uh, it sounds amazing, right? Like, well, it sounds a bit humiliating for those guys in Hebron. But if that's what they want, if this is their offer, if this is their request, then it sounds like the most amazing thing that can happen for Israel, right? It's like, wow, can we actually have peace? Maybe we can take off Hamas and take off Fatah, which is like the kind of better option, but still very bad, and just make peace with the people themselves. To have new leadership movement for the Palestinians that is actually respectful for the people and working for the people and living in peace with Israel. It sounds like mind blowing, amazing. Um if I was the Israeli government, I will take this in both hands and put all my energy in promoting this new great initiation. I will make all the other regions that have Palestinians in them to be jealous in those guys from the Hebron mountain, because now it's like a certain region in the West Bank. But if it will work up well, probably all the other regions will say, like, okay, we also want to disconnect from Fatah and be independent and live in peace. It could work up so well, I think. It could work up so well for the Palestinians because you see, Fatah is a leadership movement that is origin in the exile Palestinians. It started I think, in Jordan, and then moved to Lebanon, then exiled to Tunis, and then brought back into the Palestinian Bank as a part of the Oslo peace agreement. Uh, movement. Like when in the 90s, when they created the Oslo agreements with Jimmy Carter, was it, and Yitzhak Rabin and Yasser Arafat. So they brought the exile government of the Palestinians from Tunis into the West Bank. And I think this is very different than leadership that is coming from the actual people that living there and not brought from the outside. I think leadership that is coming from the people that are living, that grow from the people, have much more like ability to actually serve the need of the people rather than abusing them. Because the Palestinians always say that the Fatah is abusing them. It's all corrupted and not serving the needs of the people. Not even speaking about Hamas, which is like extremely corrupted and obviously uh, not serving the needs of the people, even though Hamas did grow from the people. So it's interesting. But I think now in this time that Israel is like super extremely strong and just beat up Iran, so I think it makes sense that it's the right term for a leadership that is really is pro peaceful to grow from the Palestinians. For the Israelis, it's also great because it's mean ending this terrible war that is going on since the state was founded. It's mean that they have a partner for peace. It's mean that they can stop sending their sons to death in the military and put all their energy and money upon weapon and start actually put the energy and in life, actually live, promote culture, promote life supporting culture. It could be great, it could be amazing, but the Israeli media is not really a fan of this. It's not spoke a lot. And I haven't heard about any politician that says like, yeah, this is great idea, let's do this. No, I didn't heard. And I put I found one news report about that, and I put it up in a WhatsApp group of like right wing people that are very pro national and pro war. And I wanted to. They always say, "Oh, those Palestinians, those old bastards, they are murderers. There is no one to negotiate with. They are not willing to acknowledge Israel as a Jewish state, and they don't want any peace or anything." So I put this news report in their WhatsApp group and asked them like, "What do you think about that?" You know what they answer? They didn't. So far, it's been like 5 hours since I sent it. The group is completely quiet. No one answered. Because what can you say? If you building up the if you are uniting your people around a hate to a common enemy, then if you stop having this common enemy, then you're in trouble. If you are unite in hate, if your doing is based on the idea that you have no partner for peace, if it's based on the idea that the Palestinians will never uh, uh, acknowledge the Israel as a Jewish state, then when they do, you were in trouble. Now they say like, no, we are acknowledging Israel as a Jewish state, and we want they what they want to do, they want to join the Abraham agreement, which is an Israeli initiate in the first place. They have Abraham agreement is like I don't know that much about it, but as far as I understand, it's like some kind of contract, like a peace contract of like that was offered to all kind of like in the beginning like rich Arabic countries, and the idea that there is like a contract for peace between Israel and an Arab country, and other Arab countries can join it. It's like the peace is already there. Now you can join it. So those sheikh from Hebron, they want to join the Abraham agreements, and it's mean doing it by Israel terms. So it's a problem, right? Now you cannot say like, oh, this guy, he will not agree anything. They agree everything. Yeah, that was like just overview upon all of it. And what can I say? I hope that someone in the Israeli leadership will understand the value of it and do everything he can to promote it. I hope people can make a bandage and live peacefully and harmony and flourishing together through connections. And if you are an Israeli that listening to it, so I hope that you will support those new leaders of the Palestinians and their peace offer. Please support them. Um, maybe the last thing that I want to say is that it seems beautiful to me, not only because it's a actual practical offer for peace, uh, uh, also because it's mean that there will be like a like a leadership that is controlling over a very small zone, and I think that's a very good idea altogether. The same way was in the time that we had war with Hezbollah, and many people from the north like were like couldn't live in their home, and we were bombed for a whole year. So the leaders of the local councils here in northern Israel said to the Israeli government that they had this idea, which apparently was not very serious, but I was charmed by it, to create the state of Galil, to disconnect from the state of Israel and live together in the state of Galil. And I said, like, wow, it could be so beautiful. You know, the Galil, this region in northern Israel, there are Jewish people, Christian people, Muslim people, the Rus people, even some other kind of minorities. And we all living quite good together. I think if we, as the Galil, can be disconnect from the Israel, then we can get rid of all these other people trouble. You know, they can fight. Those people want to fight. Those people, they can fight. Yeah, maybe we can try and help them out, but not being carried away, not sending our kids to someone else's war. You know, I think when leaderships are regarding small areas, then the leaders have more trouble of becoming corrupted, because it's their own friends, family, neighbors that are citizens, that are under their leadership. It's harder to abuse your family, friends, neighbors even, rather than just a giant bunch of people that you don't even know. Those faceless number, 8 million civilians, you know? You are the prime minister of 8 million civilians. Then you can, yeah, it's just numbers. It's easy to, emotionally, it's easy to abuse numbers, and it's more difficult for the small citizen to do anything about it, to access the leaders. If you live in a small community, that their leaders are, you know, people from the community, and they're not like leaders of giant land that you're including, so you have more access to the leader. Also, you can maybe have more access to political power, and hopefully maybe we can get rid of all this issue of leaders and political power, and live together in circularized community that see everyone and give everyone the right of speech and possibility to involve, carrying together in circles and not in structures of powers, of pyramid of powers. Um, so yeah, that's maybe far, but I think the this initiation of the sheikh from the Hebron region is going this direction, so I'm wishing them much success, to them and to all of us. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Bless us all.